and welcome back to K24 Project YouTube channel. In today's episode, I'm going to be taking you in the process of making this beautiful and simple mint Lolita JKS. And I hope that you enjoy this video. So let's start with the process. First off, we're going to be cutting off ruffles for this dress. I decided to make 2 layers of ruffles in 2 different colors. One in tail blue and one in mint green. The first layer, which is the tail blue, will be around 5 inches. I'm cutting around 10 strips for this ruffle because I wanted it to be super puffy. The next layer of ruffles will be around 4 inches in width. Again, I'm cutting 10 strips for these ruffles. Now, we're going to fold our cloth into 2 layers and we're gonna be measuring 15 inches from the edge to make the skirt. I'm going to be cutting 2 panels for this. After we're done with the skirt, we can now cut our top bodies. I'm going to start off laying a 2-folded rectangle mint green cloth and cutting it around in 15 inches. Our next step will be sewing all the strips of ruffles together, right face facing each other. We will repeat this in 2 layers of ruffles, which is the tail green and the mint green. When we're done sewing all strips together, we can now run all the edges or raw edges of the strips into the serger. If you don't have serger, you can just skip this step. Run all the sides of the strips in the serger to make sure that all the sides of the strips are clean. Our next step will be flat sewing all the raw edges of the strip. After this, we can sew the skirt together facing right each other. Then, run the raw seam into the serger. Next, we will get this 2 inches strip of tail green cloth and we're gonna be flat sewing half an inch of it. When we're done, we're gonna be sewing it in the middle, covering the cut of the skirt. This will also be our guide in the design of the dress. After we're done with that, we will now gather the skirt. Pay attention on the waistline of your model or the design measurement that you're actually following. The measurement of my model is around 27 to 28. I'm going to be leaving around 4 inches from the middle in both sides of the skirt for a flat design panel. For the rest of the skirt, I will take all the time to gather it, and in the edge of it, I'm going to be leaving 3 inches flat. Now, we can sew the top bodies. I will start with this by flat sewing the folded cloth of the top bodies. After that, I'm going to fold it in half. I will mark my taxing and sew the tacks. My taxing is around 4 inches from the middle. Why? Because I'm going to be sewing a flat panel in front for details. This is a 2 inches width panel, which also be my details in the middle section of the top bodies. When you're done with that, you can flat sew all the sides. Next is detailing the dress. We will be taking this tail green strip from the middle. I'm sewing it 1.5 inch away. We will repeat this 2 times in both sides of the top body's front. Like this when done. Now, I'm going to fold it in half, making sure all the taxes and the details are matching together. And then from the middle, I'm going to sew down 2 inches to 3 inches for the arms. I'm going to flat sew all the edges of this newly cut design. And then I will run all raw edges into the serger. When we're done, we can now flat sew all the raw edges of the top bodies. I'm sewing this in 1/2 inch measurement. When we're done, it should look like this. Now, we will get our skirt. This panel here should match the panel in the top bodies. The middle panel should mark where you need to place the bias strips of the panel of the skirt. I realized that the panel in front was too big, so I had to ruffles it while sewing it down. It should look like this when done, but we're still not finished. We're gonna run it again one more time in the sewing machine. After this, I'm going to run all the raw edges of the back panel into the serger. When we're done with that, I'm going to be marking around 3 inches on the back panel and sew it down. I add so much allowance into my dresses just in case my model needs it to be replaced or needs it to be adjusted. After we're done with that, you can now sew your zipper. When you're done with your zipper, just unstitch the zipper panel and your zipper should work really fine. Now, it's time to add the ruffles. We will start off with the green tail ruffles on the lower part of the edge. I'm sewing almost on the edge of the skirt. Because our skirt is just 17 inches, we're adding up the volume and the length by adding it on the corner edge of the skirt. I'm doing the frills while sewing over the skirt, and this is how I make my ruffles. This is also the reason why I have so long strip of ruffles, because I wanted my skirt to be super puffy and super frilly. To add the second layer of ruffles. Since this ruffles width is a bit shorter, I'm placing it 2 inches away from the other layer of ruffles. This is enough to cover the raw edges of the other layer ruffles. I completely forgot to film how to make the strap on the top bodies and the ruffles, but you can just go and make your simple strap and ruffles to design it. I also added bows in front of it, placing it in the front panel of the top bodies along with the skirt. You can play around with the details and designs of this dress, but this is how I will make mine. After you're done, your dress should look really pretty, and this is our finished project. I hope that you enjoy watching this video, and I will see you all really soon. Don't forget to subscribe, click like, and comment down below. Bye!